Hasbro has released its 2017 fourth quarter and full year financial results. Why are we talking about boring stuff like this? Well, this is actually some really interesting stuff from Hasbro's side of thing, because it really tells us where the Transformer brand is going and how they allocate their money in relation to other brands. So Hasbro CEO Brian Goldner put out all the information, and what was very interesting was, despite the fact that Transformers was not as successful money-wise from a box office movie standpoint, it was very successful from a toy standpoint. And what's very interesting about all of this was, before they talked about Transformers, they were mentioning how The Last Jedi, the toys related to it, and a lot of the other surrounding Star Wars toys related to it, underperformed quite a bit from their previous plans. It didn't do very well. So it's saying a lot about Star Wars collectors and Star Wars buyers and the toy market for Star Wars. And they're saying that they're hoping sales will increase for the Solo movie that will be coming out. Right. Solo, a Star Wars story, which is the Han Solo movie.
Yep.
They're hoping that sales will increase. I don't know about that. I think that if The Last Night didn't really excite people,
The Last Jedi.
Excuse me, The Last Jedi. It's funny how they're both the same name, eh? The Last Jedi, how it didn't excite people to buy product. I don't know if this will be any different. I mean, did Rogue One excite people to buy product? I don't know, but I mean, it's
maybe they wanted a little Donnie Yen.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or maybe the newer stormtroopers that they had. I could see that.
That's true. Too.
The standout character is definitely their droid.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
so I could see that being the money right there.
So, but what was interesting was, here's The Last Night that in theaters, a lot of us considered it underperformed, regardless of how you feel about the story or anything like that. From a box office standpoint, it was still considered successful, but it made considerably less than what other Transformer movies made. The toys did very well for them, which was very interesting, because Dark of the Moon toy sales weren't that great. Age of Extinction toy sales were really not that great. They only got past 2 waves, and the third wave barely saw any kind of mass release. This time around, toy sales were very well, and I don't know if that contributes to the fact, because I found that interesting, because we went into The Last Night with deluxe toys having a huge price increase, which was very interesting. Maybe it's just, and it's kind of scary to think about it, they took the chance on increasing the price on deluxes and putting them in boxes, and people paid it.
All those Nitro Zeuses.
Yeah, or I don't know, maybe I don't know. It's hard to say. They did a lot of store exclusive stuff too. They did the Mission Cybertron stuff. That's how you could only get Hot Rod, and a lot of those. Cogman was also having very limited assortments in different stores. And then they're even saying, like, when it comes to toy related stuff, the coming up Toy Fair, which is going to be coming up later this month, which we will cover. Don't worry, we're going to be covering all of that. They'll be showing off Bumblebee movie and Cyberverse the Animated Series toys at Toy Fair.
Right.
And they're saying that they have high expectations, because Bumblebee is going to be a holiday movie this time around, that it'll have very good sales. So I'm thinking, and then they went on to talk about how the Spider-Verse animated movie and the DC Aquaman movie, even though those are coming out around the same time as the Bumblebee movie, they feel that they're not concerned at all about them being competition.
Right.
They're very confident that the Bumblebee movie is going to do very well against those 2 other supposedly big name brands.
Yep.
And from a toy standpoint, they feel the same way also. They feel that Hasbro will be able to get a lion's share of the holiday money from fans. And I think that's, we were talking about before about the choice of release date for the movie, but now when we're looking from the toy standpoint, yeah, those are holiday Bumblebee toys that they're going to be cashing in on.
Yeah.
And it's very...
it all connects, It's not,
no, it does.
They don't
well, and
just
again,
do stuff for no reason.
Bumblebee, the movie, is set to come out December 21st, so 4 days afterwards, kids are going to be opening up Christmas morning. Obviously, the hype for the movie and the toys for the movie will obviously be released a couple weeks before that, so they'll have all of December covered with Bumblebee merchandise. and they're very confident with this. And what this all says ultimately in the end is it looks like Hasbro is very happy with the direction that Transformers is doing monetary wise for their toys, and they're very disappointed with what happened with Star Wars, and they're hoping that the Solo movie will give a burst. If it doesn't, I'm really curious what it's going to lead to. Like, will they were trying to see what other factors could have hurt it. They're saying Brexit might have had a little bit to do with it.
Oh, really?
Maybe the bankruptcy Toys R Us worries might also had a little bit to do with it.
That's true.
But ultimately, in the end, they're very happy with how Transformers is doing, and that's even surprising to me considering how it's been going down every year from the toy side of things on the movie stuff. But
Right.
this year it actually went up. And the only other thing that they mentioned was they're planning to grow the brands more in China and Russia, which are becoming big regions for sales now. So it's a lot of good news. Again, they said in Canada and USA up 5%. So that's some pretty good news considering that it usually goes down.